Total Drama, the cartoon reality show, the totally dramatic franchise, the game show that pits teenagers against one another in gross, painful, and possibly even death-defying challenges. This is a major contribution to Total Drama's success as a TV series. But you can't rule out the characters. For a cartoon to be successful, it's gonna need some good characters. By good, I mean anything that makes them likable, such as sense of humor.
Never!
Is never your policy on mouthwash too, homeschool?
Appearance. Personality.
Woohoo! Chris, what's happening? This is awesome! Woohoo! Owen, welcome! Awesome to be here, man. Yeah! Man, this is just so...
Awesome.
Yes! Awesome! Woo! Are you gonna be on my team?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Woo!
Reputation. Badassity. And many other things. If you want a cartoon with a plethora of awesome characters, you'll most certainly love Total Drama. To date, there are nearly 100 characters in the series, and with the show's popularity, that number may even continue to increase. Of course, not all characters are worth talking about, because they're not particularly likable, but as a trade-off, there are some flippin' awesome characters that have either many small things, one huge thing, or even many huge things that make them so likable. And today, I'm counting down my top 20 favorite Total Drama characters. Before we start, let's go over the rules. I will only be counting contestants and not side characters like Chris, Chef, Josh, etc. Also, I will not be counting any characters from the Redonkulous race. I am aware that they are technically contestants, but since the Redonkulous race is a spin-off, I don't feel that they count. That said, let's get started. Meet Brick, just your typical military cadet. Strong, fast, brave, and always willing to do the right thing. He's also centered around his code and morals.
Never leave a man behind.
But there's more to him than just personality. Brick's rivalry with Joe is also quite amusing.
Easy, Jarhead. Don't wet your pants.
But most of all, Brick is just a funny character. Involuntarily.
Just did my morning 5K run. You?
8K.
I mean, I did an 8K warm-up, then 5K at a full sprint.
My entire run was uphill.
Yeah, uphill with my eyes shut.
I ran backwards with earplugs.
Why earplugs?
I don't know.
The thing with Brick is, he's funny without the need to be a pain magnet. Well, he is Season 4's pain magnet. But getting hurt isn't the only thing that makes him funny. It's also pants wetting, cowardice, and other funny things.
Who's there?
I feel like Brick is a bit underrated. I mean, he's not overall disliked, and he's only competed once and never made it to a merge, while Joe has. Honestly, in Season 4, I feel that Brick should have made it further than Joe. Yes, I know that the main reason Joe made it to the merge while Brick didn't was because they didn't want the difference between the amount of girls and guys remaining to be too big, but still. I just think Brick deserves more screen time than he's had so far. But regardless, he still makes the top 20.
Thank you, sir. I won't ignore the code again, sir.
Despite Total Drama's abundance of characters, I don't feel like a lot of them really connect with me or are in any way similar to me. I mean, there are a few, but not as much as anyone deeply into cartoons would hope for. However, with number 19, we've got one who is exactly like me. Or at least, how I used to be. This character is Rodney. Rodney is another involuntarily funny character, despite not being Season 5.2's pain magnet.
Good boy! You're doing great! My biscuit!
He thinks he's a ladies' man, but he's really not. He takes even the smallest act of kindness from a girl as a gesture of love, and immediately thinks that he and she have a romantic relationship.
How'd Scarlet know I don't like stepping in poop? Of course it means something! Love!
Also, he doesn't seem to have a problem with switching between these ladies. Heck, he doesn't even seem to mind having multiple girlfriends at once.
I've got 3 girlfriends! Which of my true loves is my truest love?
While this may come across as a dishonorable character trait, it is still quite amusing and makes Rodney an overall funny character.
But I just... can't not, right? I mean... bye!
The reason that I think Rodney is similar to me is because I used to behave quite the same way. I always thought that everyone was my friend, taking the smallest act of kindness, such as saying hi, as a call for friendship. I'm not like this anymore, but some people just never forget anything about themselves. Like Brick, I think Rodney is just a little bit underrated. I know the third generation contestants haven't had a second chance to compete yet, but I think that Season 5.2's elimination order could have been played out just a little bit better. But my point is that Rodney is my 19th favorite Total Drama character.
Alright!
Nerdy cartoon characters have always amused me. They're smart and, once again, involuntarily funny, always humiliating themselves despite trying very hard not to. Ugh, darn it, that hint probably gave number 18 away. You can come out now, Cameron. Wait, you thought it was Harold? Dang it, I still could have made it into a surprise! Ugh, never mind. Number 18 is Cameron. I mean, I do really like Harold.
And Harold is...
But I find Cameron better because he's had a bit more screen time and a somewhat better portrayal. He was the winner of Season 4, while Harold's best ranking is 5th. Also, Cameron is just a bit more involuntarily funny than Harold is.
How to do a push-up. Step 1, lie on the ground. Step 2, push up. No.
Finally, while Harold does have mad skills,
what can I say? You did good. You did real good.
you can't ignore Cameron's brain power, which complements his skills.
The villain's locking to a point, but the heroes still lead by 3!
Angle 47 degrees, allowing for minimal wind resistance.
Duncan!
I mean, just watch the Season 4 finale. That's right, Cameron built that entire suit from scratch and used it to take down lightning and win the $1 million.
What's happening? Oh, nothing. I just turned you into a giant magnet.
Shabam!
Hurry up!
Rodney, soldier! Do it! Do it! Do it!
1, 2, 3!
He's done it! Cameron has done it! Cameron wins Total Drama, Revenge of the Island, and the $1 million prize!
Yes! I did it!
And best of all, he was finally freed from his bubble. Don't you just love it when cartoon characters make such big breakthroughs in their lives? Yes, I know Cameron was put back in the bubble in Season 5.1, but he's still awesome enough to make 18th place.
Eureka squared!
Ah, twins. Some get along like two peas in a pod, but for some others it can be quite the opposite. This is especially the case with Amy and Sammy. Can you guess which one of them is 17th? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Time's up! It's Sammy. Yes, I know she's collectively known as Sammy, but she prefers to be called Sammy, so... Both Amy and Sammy have nearly identical looks, but Sammy has the much better personality.
Hey, Rodney. Berries? If you don't like berries, we did find some nuts.
Excuse my French, but Amy's horrible, moyenne, fille méprisable. She's selfish, mean, bossy, and takes credit for other people's work, especially her sister's.
We can carry stuff in it! My idea! Mine!
But Sammy, on the other hand, is nice, caring, and flawlessly beautiful. Amy's looks are hindered by her mole, which is why Sammy is a tiny bit better looking. Also, you just can't help but feel bad for Sammy. For some reason, it seems that almost everyone likes Amy better.
Is it just me, or does Amy pick way better berries than Sammy?
Pretty sure they're the same.
Perhaps you had an involuntary gustatory association with Sammy, and unpleasant tastes.
Indeed. Her hideous malproportioned face was spoiling the fruit.
And also, Amy is always bossing Sammy around, putting her down, taking credit for her actions and ideas, and so many more bitchy things.
Just get it in the tube already! I'm the beauty and the brains. You're the doer of stuff that stinks.
Also, in Season 5.2, Episode 3, Sammy was the one who was supposed to be eliminated. But she finally gave her bitch sister what she had coming, by pretending that she was Amy and that Amy was Sammy.
Sammy, it was your balloon that cost your team this challenge. The sister heading home is...
Oh, ignore her. She's just trying to get sympathy, aren't you, Sammy?
Can't understand what you're saying, Sammy, and it really doesn't matter, because you've been voted off.
Bye-bye, Sammy. Have a nice flight.
Wish I could understand. It sounds really important.
You just have to love justice. Also, both Sammy and her sister had me a bit misled. At first, I thought that they would be Season 5.2's finalists, with Sammy being the original winner and Amy being the alternate one. But neither of them were the finalists. Heck, they didn't even make it to the merge. I really hope that Sammy, and not Amy, gets a lot more screen time in the future. But as she stands, Sammy is my 17th favorite character.
Yes!
Sorry, 2 third-generation characters in a row. However, this girl has had more screen time and a much better portrayal. I'll give you a hint as to who it is. If you're a millionaire, the sky's the limit. Figure it out yet? Yep, it's Sky. Sky's a gymnast with dreams of one day becoming an Olympian. She's fast, endurant, and very athletic. Also, she is rather nice and a good leader.
Guys, with our, diverse set of skills, I think we can win these challenges. But we have to work together, as a team. Come on, let's do this! Go Team Musquash!
Go Team Musquash!
Okay, fine. Go Team Musquash.
With all of these skills, she ended up winning Season 5.2.
Did I? Yes! I won!
I can't really say many other good things, but I can say that I think Sky was played off a bit badly. She was treated as the bad guy when she broke Dave's heart.
Bet you wish I was still your boyfriend.
You were never my boyfriend, and you will never be my boyfriend, and you have no shot of beating or dating me. Got it?
Look at his face!
Okay, on that super awkward note.
But if you ask me, I can't really blame her. I mean, I like Dave, but he's a bit of a basket case. He worries too much, is a clean freak, and can even be a bit of a crybaby at times.
Sanitizer!
Relax. You're okay.
But this is about Sky and not Dave. Anyway, also making me like Sky is that she was the first female to win a season in Total Drama, and is currently the only. Yes, I am aware that there is more than one ending for each season, and if the alternate endings were counted, Gwen would be the first girl to win a season. But since they're not, that honor goes to Sky. Finally, I don't really think Dave deserves Sky. Taking into account everything I said before, someone like Sky could arguably do better than someone like Dave. But the moral here is that Sky's awesomeness...
Wowzers! That girl's got some skills, huh?
makes her my 16th favorite character. In real life, I hate it when people are quiet, whether it be soft-spoken or not spoken at all. However, if such a person has other qualities or personality traits that are very honorable or even amusing, then I will still like them overall. And no Total Drama character fits this archetype better than B. B, for whatever reason, never speaks.
B never talks. Just look at his aura.
But he's flippin' brilliant.
Soda, a broken chair leg? I was clobbered by a giant fire-breathing beetle, so you could collect this?
Shaboom, brother! Yes! You did it, B! We won the challenge!
Yes! Ow!
In addition to being an explosives expert, he's really good at building things, thinking on his feet, and coming up with great ideas to solve a problem.
B, change your name to A+.
Honestly, I think he'd be much more likable if he had more screen time. This, however, leads me to the one thing that I hate about B, his rating. B has to be one of, if not the single most underrated character in all of Total Drama history. Despite his unrivaled brain power, he's competed only once and placed second to last. WTF. I know I said that B's rating was the only thing I disliked about him, but I was wrong. I also dislike how his real name is Beverly.
That's whose first name is really Beverly.
That's not an embarrassing question. Who cares if a girl's real name is Beverly?
Correct, Beverly.
I mean, what the B were his parents thinking? Beverly is not a masculine name. But let's keep it positive. Despite having minimal screen time, B takes 15th place. Finally, a first-generation contestant. A lot of cartoon characters are known for specific things, and one of the most common things is stupidity. It's just hilarious. I should not have to explain this at all. There's even one in Total Drama. That's right, taking 14th place is the dumb blonde princess herself, Lindsay! Lindsay may not be the brightest bulb in the chandelier. Yes, I made that up.
It's me, Lindsay, from this morning. Remember? Doorknob.
But she's so darn funny. Mispronouncing people's names.
Thanks, Chip.
It's Chris.
Saying hilariously idiotic things.
Am I wearing the right kind of bomb deactivating clothing? And if not, where can I get the proper outfit? Preferably in cotton candy because that color is so red with my hair.
The whole 9 yards. To be honest, when I first saw Lindsay in the very first episode of Total Drama, she was one of the last characters I'd expect to have this stupid stereotype.
Not too shabby.
But evidently, I should have expected something different. Apart from her shining beauty, Lindsay's stupidity is the main thing that makes me love her.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Jump! No, not yet!
However, there's one specific moment in Total Drama that contributes a shocking amount to this. 4 words. That's off the chain. You should now know what I'm talking about.
You really are mean! And all that bad stuff people say about you is true! Like how you're a two-faced, backstabbing, lying little... I always told them they were wrong. I stood up for you because I thought we were BFFs! But they're right! You really are a two-faced, backstabbing, lying little... And guess what? I don't want to be BFFs anymore. I'd rather spend the day staring at Owen's butt than shopping with you. And P.S. Your shoes are tacky.
Yeah, you tell her.
That's right. Lindsay telling Heather off has to be one of the best moments in Total Drama history, and is one of my personal favorites. With all this going for her, Lindsay is definitely my 14th favorite character. Before we proceed, let me warn you that the next 3, numbers 13 through 11, are all tied for 11th. I arranged them based on their portrayals and ratings. 13th is the worst, and 11th is the best. Now let's continue. I am one of the few people who I know is sarcastic. I know a lot of people hate sarcasm, but I am an exception to that. Sarcasm is the main thing that makes number 13... number 13. You guessed it, number 13 is Noah. Noah is one of the few characters who is purposely funny.
Come fly with us, come die with us.
He's smart, but he's a bit more of a smart ass.
Finally! Thanks for not noticing I was missing all night. What am I, Tyler?
He's always making sarcastic comments, which sometimes puts him at odds with others.
We'll chef fix the plane so we can leave here while I'm still young.
I don't know, did we land in the 70s?
But a lot of his jokes are hilarious.
Tweeter update. Gwen's hand smells like Jamaican bird duty. Cody is still cute. 67 characters. Okay, 73 left. What else can I say? Considering buying myself a life on Craigslist, but having trouble deciding because they are all such a major improvement.
Dude, gross.
Did I get some of my nose milkshake on you? Sorry. It's the only thing that really cools off a snoot full of Jamaican Scotch bonnet peppers. Milk!
Must learn how to make nose shakes like Owen. That'll impress Cody.
Yes, this is pretty much the only thing that makes me like Noah. However, the reason he's 13th is because he's underrated.
Ow!
He's very popular with fans, out of universe, yet he's competed only twice and never once made the merge.
Life, why do you hate me so?
I mean, I was glad that he returned for the ridiculous race and placed 8 out of 18, which is decent, and that he also got a girlfriend during this time, but I think he needs more screen time in the main series. But no matter what, Noah's smart-ass personality is amusing enough to make him 13th, or technically tied for 11th.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I told him to say.
You know what every season needs? A villain, an antagonist. someone to stir up trouble and spice up the competition. If there's not an antagonist, then the season will be all happy and friendly, and that is not what most people want to see. However, in Season 3, the quintessential villain emerged from the shadows and dominated the competition, even winning. That's right, to this date, he is the only antagonist to win in his season. This villain is none other than Alejandro. Out of the gate, Alejandro comes across as a nice guy who tries to be friendly with everyone and play fair.
Perhaps I can assist?
Wow. I have a boyfriend.
And amigos, please allow me. Wowie!
I like girls.
However, he is later revealed to be a facade. He's actually evil.
The president of Cody's fan club doesn't know a thing about me. No one does. And I intend to keep it that way, because compared to me, Heather's a saint.
In my opinion, this makes Alejandro the best villain out of them all. He acts all nice and friendly, while his actions are evil and villainous, unbeknownst to most others.
And if you get sick and your team votes you off, I won't get to know you better, which would make me very, very sad.
I don't want to make anyone sad.
Also, Alejandro has had a few funny bits.
That's wonderful. ¡Qué idiotas! ¡Incompetentes!
While I do really like Alejandro, I have to say that I was a bit shocked when I found out that he was the original winner of Season 3. I mean, I did want him to win, since I far preferred him over Heather, but I doubted that he would, since in most popular media, the villain never wins. But evidently, my doubt was misplaced. I mean, Season 3's original ending was just so haphazard.
Yeah, boys are okay, but $1 million is way better. Yes!
Nice! Except, isn't that your sacrifice?
But that's not...
You just threw Alejandro's in the volcano! So, Alejandro wins! Hey, Alejandro! You might want to come back up here!
I won? I'm coming!
While the alternate one was so righteous.
Nice! It's about time somebody took La Cucaracha down.
Yeah, boys are okay, but $1 million is way better. Yes!
And that's a cool million for Heather, the winner of Total Drama World Tour!
Sweet. Who knows? Maybe they just didn't want Heather to win, you know, since she's a bitch. Anyway, despite my usual dislike for evil characters or antagonists, Alejandro is a major exception due to his clever tactics and several amusing moments.
Your technique is almost as embarrassing as the way your girlfriend with the unattractive personality burned you on national television. That's for calling me Al! That's for always hogging the bathroom mirror! And replacing my soap with a urinal cake? And this is for calling any aspect of Heather unattractive.
Whoa! The villains get a point!
The reason Alejandro is 12th is because his portrayal is much better than Noah's. Noah has never really had a major role, except for the episodes he was eliminated in, while Alejandro has had two major roles, being the villain in Season 3, and in Season 5.1, carrying out his relationship with Heather.
And I didn't text you because I was trapped in a robot suit!
Well, whatever.
But, as for number 11, his portrayal is much better than Noah's and a little better than Alejandro's, which is why he takes 11th place. But let's end this on a positive note. Alejandro's awesomeness lands him in 12th place. Or, technically, ties him for 11th. Now on to number 11. I thought of a lot of clever ways to introduce this one, but I just couldn't decide on one. So, it's Mike. When he was first introduced, Mike didn't really leave a huge impression. That is, until he started doing impressions, or rather, so-called impressions, and later disclosed that he has multiple personality disorder.
Okay. I admit it, I have multiple personality disorder. I try to control them, but they never listen to me.
This is pretty much the main thing that makes Mike likable, his alternate personalities. Svetlana, the Russian gymnast.
Wrong! Only one person can do this! Svetlana, the Olympic queen of gymnastics!
Chester, the crotchety old man.
Dang fool kids, leaving rocks every which wares! Dang-nabbit!
Vito, the stuck-up tough guy.
Hand it over!
Mike, let's get it back to our fort!
Hey, Beastie, you want to touch the Vito, you gotta make an appointment.
Now that's what I'm talking about!
Come on, Mike, the play's over. You win Best Actor. Now give me the flag.
Oh yeah? Over my tanned body?
And Manitoba Smith, the flirty adventurer.
Good eye, Sheila. Name's Manitoba Smith.
Ow!
Here, leave the torches to the men, folk, beauty.
They talk like that in Manitoba?
To the right, a tunnel carved out by giant rodent teeth.
Whoa. Rodents?
To the left, mining car tracks. We go left.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention Mal, the malevolent evildoer.
One by one, they will all fall.
Mike is definitely Total Drama's most unique character, and it's not hard to see why. However, also likable about Mike is his personality. Mike's personality. Despite his alternate personalities sometimes interfering with him, he always maintains both a positive attitude and a positive outlook towards life, as well as an overall nice personality. He never lets his condition drag him down.
Oh, yeah. This is the life.
If you're wondering, yes, Season 5.1's ending did make me a bit upset. While All-Stars is one of my favorite seasons, for reasons that I won't get into right now, even I can't deny that it did a lot of horrible things to its contestants. I mean, as I said before, Cameron was put back in the bubble. Heather and Alejandro, Total Drama's most badass couple, were reduced to a sweetheart, lovey-dovey couple. Courtney and Gwen's friendship was flushed down the toilet. Literally. Camp Wawanakwa, the very birthplace of Total Drama, was sunk and is now gone forever. The list goes on and on. But the biggest blunder yet, in the final episode, all of Mike's alternate personalities, as opposed to just Mal, disappeared forever, thus taking away the main thing that makes Mike so likable.
I just can't! If pushing this button is gonna get rid of you guys, then I won't do it!
Hey, yo! Don't think of it as getting rid of us for good. We'll all still be a part of you in a way.
It's fast to stop, man!
All right, ladies, enough of your blubbering. Let's do this already.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I mean, what the hell were they thinking? Now Mike is a completely different character. I know he retained all of his alternate personality skills.
Yeah! Check it out. I have all the skills my personalities had, including Svetlana. Here, hold this.
But still, that's nowhere near as good as the actual personality still existing. But even with this, Mike still makes 11th place, along with Noah and Alejandro.